Ray Fisher is the poster boy for the worst elements of the DC fandom. If Release the Snyder Cut was a person, that person would be Ray Fisher. James Gunn and Peter Safran have dropped a nuke on the old DCU. Just throw the whole thing in the garbage. So Peter Safran is operating in the cut, but James Gunn wants all the smoke. He is on the front lines fighting a war against the most toxic fandom of all the fandoms, DC. Now, while I'm a fan of the entire genre, I am not built to be a fan of the DC proper. DC is a fandom that has been disappointed so much, all they know how to do is fight. They fight execs, they fight directors, they fight the actors, they fight each other. It's all fight with them. They finally met a director or / exec who will fight back, James Gunn. They got Henry Cavill announced that he is no longer playing Superman in the DCU. We know Patty Jenkins is done as Wonder Woman director. We know Jason Momoa seems to be excited about his dream DCU project, and it ain't Aquaman. And Dwayne Johnson has also announced that Black Adam won't be featured in the first chapter of the new DCU. And who would have guessed that after his stellar performance in Black Adam, but I digress. Ray Fisher then enters the chat. And I'm sick of Ray Fisher, y'all. I'm tired of him. I have had it up to my effing eyeballs with Ray Fisher. Ray Fisher is the poster boy for the worst elements of the DC fandom. If Release the Snyder Cut was a person, that person would be Ray Fisher. He gives, I no longer want to be a working actor in Hollywood unless it's for Zach Snyder. And that's okay. It's okay that if he feels that way. And then he must have a timer set to randomly wreak chaos on the WB. And as you would have it, the timer went off a couple of days ago. He might just be angry that he hasn't received a call from James Gunn and or Peter Safran. Whatever the reason, he posted some ish on Twitter, and that ish elicited a response from James Gunn. But anywho. And then in case that exchange wasn't wild enough, Zachary Levi had to stop crafting new species of rose or painting unicorn horns or whatever it is he does in his spare time while he is being as unproblematic as possible out here in these superhero streets. Zachary Levi addressed the situation and was arbitrarily attacked on social media on all arms and branches. The entire Zack Snyder Cut army of bots came out to his defense, and he didn't even say anything harsh or negative. He simply spoke truth.
I have no idea what's ultimately going to happen to me. I think I'm in a pretty good position. I think we made a great movie. I think it's going to do well, reasonably well. I hope so. But again, regardless of that, if they decide at some point that, hey, this is the way we got to go, I mean, then, them's the breaks. That's how it goes. And I hope that people enjoyed, at whatever point I finish playing the role of Shazam, I hope people enjoyed my tenure playing the role and that they come with me to whatever else I get to go and do. That's it. Okay. So I don't want to, it's hard for me to see all these random comments and like basically lies and things that people are throwing around online and not want to respond, because I hate lies. I hate deceit. I hate injustice so much. And so I want to set records straight. By the way, so does James. He's been doing this for a long time. That's why he's so active on Twitter, because he really wants people to know what's up truly and wanting to set records straight. And so it's, that's why you'll see action from me or him or other people coming to defense. It's not because we want to get tied up in some random argument with an internet troll. It's because we're trying to help cut through all of this random, deceitful banter that just keeps going around and around, because a lot of people who are very good, kind people who really like Shazam or these other things are getting worried, like, oh, is this all falling apart? Is this all going away? Everyone just take a breath. I know we've seen some characters, some actors that are taking an exit, and I know that's difficult. That's difficult for even me. You know what I mean? I was hoping I got to work with a lot of these folks, but it's just not the way it's going to go down right now. And I think you all need to, whoever out there is still like all drummed up and pissed off, like just trust that James is so, look, if you haven't watched what he did with Guardians, which was a total niche property that he actually brought really awesome life to, and his reboot of Suicide Squad, that was better than the first one. He really made something incredible there. He understands comic books, guys. He understands world building. He understands how to do right by the canon and also by the characters and also by the audience. And Peter's there to be, he's an incredible diplomat and business person. I've worked with him now for years. Just breathe. It's going to be okay. It's going to be better than okay.
The Snyder Cut, the people, them folks, they should literally be deemed a hate group. They are toxic as hell. They attack anyone who disagrees with them. That Zack Snyder is God. And they make veiled threats and demean anyone who says enough is enough. They are horrible, horrible element of the fandom. And if you ask me, and nobody did, James Gunn should just make moves and movies for the quiet part of the fandom, the real fans. There are so many of us just waiting to see the vision that he comes up with for the DCU. We are fans of the genre or fans of his style of storytelling or just curious. But we are here and we are not out here making as much noise. The Zach Snyder people think that they are the majority because they are the loudest. But there are others out here, others like me, who cannot wait to see what we can get in this next retelling of these stories of these characters that we love. God. This is some unsolicited advice. A wise person once said, in a shit throwing contest, it's not about how much shit you throw, it's how much is stuck to you when you're done. But rest assured, everybody comes out covered in shit. Step back, Mr. Gunn. Do your job. Let your decision making speak for itself. We are still here, and we are going to still support the DCU under you and Peter Safran. Do not be discouraged by these loud cowards who, if they weren't behind a keyboard, they wouldn't crush a grape. I am so tired of them, y'all. I'm tired of them. So let me know if you are just as exhausted with the Snyder Cut folks, the Snyder bros and hoes. Let me know if you are just as exhausted of them as I am. And this has been Tasha Pierce with another After the Snap short snap.